afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the 24/7. My name is Niharika Valia, and I am with you with the area of AFM, Accounting and Financial Management for Bankers. So, I'll be talking today how to crack the JIB examination, that is in terms of the May 2023, in 30 days. Technically, we are having 30 days, but if you really look at the timing, I think it is way less considering everybody, most of you would be involved in the audit as well as your personal lives. So, if you talk about the effective days, that is 30 days that you have in your hands. So, what can we do in terms of AFM to score more and more in this examination is something that we'll be looking forward to today. So, if you like this particular session, then kindly go ahead and like and share it. And at the same time, along with this, kindly note down the most important topics because I'll be letting you know how to crack this examination in 30 days. Okay, as you know, the syllabus of AFM has changed. So first of all, the best way is to start with the easy topics to difficult. It's a psychological game. If you're looking forward to the things that you can done quickly should be done first. Because in this case, if you cover at least 30 to 40% syllabus before getting on to the difficult one, you'll be at least having this psychological satisfaction that I've done 30% of the syllabus already. So this will help you to move further and gain confidence to do the remaining portion. So one of the best ways to look forward towards your studies is, first of all, learn the easy ones, achieve, get yourself motivated, and then move forward to the difficult ones. This will help you to capture the topics as easily as possible along with a greater confidence. Now, um, just a few important tips. If you're preparing for the AFM, do not start with the difficult points. You need to start with the basics. Even though you are from accounting background, even then I'll say that anybody who doesn't belong to the accounting background, then for them from the engineering as well as the other backgrounds, the medical as well as non-medical background people, the basics of accounting is inescapable. You will have to start from the basics of accounting, right? So when you start from the basics of accounting, that is for the commerce background people as well, always start from the basics. But then you might be asking, what are the basics? So I'll be telling you about the basics as well. First of all, what are the basic? That is the module A is all about the basics. Except a few things, most of these things are not the basics. For example, definition, scope, as well as accounting standards, basic accounting procedures, then maintenance of cash, subsea books and ledger. Then we have BRS, trial balance, rectification of errors, depreciation, capital and revenue expenditure, bills of exchange, and operational aspects of accounting entries, bank office functions, as well as the bank audit and inspection. About the bank office functions and bank audit and inspection, practically you are dealing with it in the next 15-20 days because of the entire portion when you are looking forward towards the auditing processes. So this is something that you are dealing with practically. But then what about the other topics? I just read out the names, but which particular topic is more important is the point. Normally, in the examination, you will find at least one or two questions from the area of accounting standards. Along with this, there are certain questions asked from the basic accounting procedures. In this area, the concepts of accounting is a very important topic, and you should always start with the concepts of accounting. That is something that will help you to gain confidence. Then the next point is, in terms of the bank reconciliation statement, you can get a numerical on this area, right? Ideally numericals are there. Again, in terms of the rectification, there can be numericals. Then in terms of depreciation, you will always get numericals. Normally in terms of the depreciation, you will have case studies, so an important chapter to cover up there, right? In terms of capital and revenue expenditure, one question can be there from the one or two questions related to identification, rather whether it is a capital expenditure or a revenue expenditure, right? Such questions can be there. In terms of bills of exchange, there can be case studies, but I believe the highest chance of having a case study here in this particular module is of depreciation, right? So along with this, concepts of accounting is super important. Even before the change of the syllabus, this particular topic was super important, right? So this is what you can take up in terms of the working. Next is cover the important topics, that is with the theoretical base. See, the point is, if you are someone who doesn't know how to cope up with the numerical portion. You'll always start with the theoretical base. And everybody who's not scared of the theoretical area, na, who's not basically scared of the numerical part, even then, you should just have a quick eye upon the theoretical base, because it's not that the 80%, 90% paper is numerical, right? So when you're preparing, you have to balance it out. In the examination, if I really have to give you an aerial view of the examination, it always contains a few questions that are easy, a few questions that are of the medium level, and the next one is difficult level. We can see that these are the three levels: easy, the second one is moderate, the third one is difficult. So if these are the three areas that we would be working upon, so always start with the easier portion, then move towards the moderate, and then move towards the difficult area. In this case, proceeding further, module A is the easier part, and it is actually the basics of accounting as well. Then, if we move towards the module B, you will find a few topics which are numerical based, a few topics which are theoretically done. So, let me tell you, number one, the balance sheet equation is again an easy topic. This is normally asked in the examination in one or the other way. So, then can be there in terms of preparation of the final accounts or the company accounts 1 and 2. This can have numericals as well as theoretical area. Overall, I would say medium level important area. Cash flow and fund flow has been introduced in this particular attempt itself. So that means this is to be done for the first time. They can ask questions from, the chances of having questions from cash flows is more than as compared to that of fund flow. Along with this, the final accounts of banking company, pure theoretical area. So in this case, you will find, except I think I would say this would be theory come practical, at least in terms of the company accounts. There, in terms of cash flow, the chances are high they will have theoretical questions rather than practical. So I would say more at focus of this particular area would be towards theoretical area, except 2-3 topics which would be practical based upon the balance sheet equation, number 2 company accounts, as well as the cash flow and fund flow area. Rest everything is more or less the theoretical area to look forward to. Along with all of these, this is the part of module B. So when we talk about the next one, that is something that we need to look forward to, that is the module C. Module C, in terms of the JIB examination earlier, was a part of module A, the one which had the maximum number of case study questions. Along with that, the highest weightage was more or less given to module A in terms of their important questions, lengthy questions, case studies. So they were more or less asked from the module A. That specific module now has been shifted to this particular module, that is module C now. So here you have to work upon the numerical part. This is where you will find, if you are someone from the not from the accounting background, you are from the maths background, you are good in mathematics and the other areas, then this particular module is meant for you. Okay. The most super duper important topic, that is ratio analysis, that is normally asked in the examination every single attempt. They don't really skip on this. Then in terms of calculation of interest and annuities, pure practical. Then in terms of calculation for YTM, again a very important and pure practical area. And then the financial mathematics, the forex arithmetic. If I would really have to specify which particular module will have more weightage towards the numerical area, that would be module C. So in this case, please make sure that you are not skipping these parts, right? And then the cost of capital and capital structure is also having practical questions. Capital investment decisions, again a practical area. Then in terms of working capital, there can be case studies based upon working capital, right? Based upon the guidelines there. And the last one is derivatives. So more or less the chances are that you'll have theoretical questions from this area as well as this area. Rest everything else is more or less practically aligned. This means this particular module is purely dedicated to the numerical part. So if you are preparing, then kindly focus upon the numerical area in this particular module, because this module is based upon only and only the numerical portion. Theoretical part is also there. There is nothing like this is 100% practical, but still it is more aligned towards the numerical area. So if you're someone who gets bored with theory like me, what I do is you can do is theoretical chapters, then numerical chapters. Have a blend of these two. So this can also be done. But if you believe to focus upon a systematic order, like many people do this, so what you can do is you can go through the basics first and then you advance further. But yes, if I have to specify, module C is quite important from the point of view of weightage as well as numericals as well as the case studies. So for all these three things, I think this will have a greater weightage in the examination, right? And then comes the last module, that is module D, which has been added. In the module D, you will find basics of taxation, income tax, TDS, deferred tax, GST. Here you can have more of theoretical questions that is based upon the concepts of taxation, right? Then the concepts of taxation will help you a lot in terms of learning and how to deal with it. Then next is cost and management accounting. This is basically a blend of theoretical and practical part, but this is basic conceptual area, so I would say this would go under theory. Then we have standard costing. This is pure practical. There is no theory, and if they put it in terms of the questions, this chapter has got the maximum number of formulas in the entire syllabus. If I have to specify, maximum number of formulas is where you find it in terms of standard costing. Then you have marginal costing, a comparatively smaller topic. And last is budget and budgetary control. This is more or less, I would say this would be aligned towards theoretical area more than the practical area. So this particular module will be a blend of theoretical and practical. So if you're someone who's strong at a numerical area, then module C is the one for you. And if you are not scared of learning more formulas and practicing, then module D is also your advantageous area. Module A and module B are basically a blend which has a little more of theoretical portion than the practical area. But there are certain chapters, as I stated, which have more of practical area, right? So in this case, if I have to go ahead with it, see, I'll never say that only one particular module will be super important. You do that module and you will be done in the examination. But if you focus on a few modules in a deeper way, then you have a greater chance of clearing it. For example, if you focus on module C, that will help you a lot in your numerical portion. But if you're someone who is not comfortable with module C there, that is, you're not someone who's good at numericals, then you focus on module A plus B, which will have more of questions in terms of volume. But in terms of your weightage and case studies, then you will have to compensate with module D to balance it out. And I will never say that you should leave a particular module altogether. Always make sure that if you cannot do the entire module C, you pick up at least these basic topics from these areas. That is, the first 4 5 topics are extremely important. Along with that, I expect that new questions can be there from these two areas as well. So kindly do not leave these portions in terms of your practical areas if you are talking about that. And then in terms of theory, this is also a very important area, that is derivatives. So when you're preparing, just go through these topics very carefully and in a thorough manner. Now, the fourth point, what should you do? If I have told you about all the important topics, the next point is repeat. That means revise again things and then test yourself. Without testing, if you're giving the examination, then you're going to the war without your weapons, because you haven't tested those weapons yet. So for you, even if you carry your weapons, they are useless because you don't even know that what have you done exactly. If you go through the testing area, you become a little stronger, you can become mentally prepared, and the element of uncertainty and discomfort goes out of the window, because you would have tried the questions, you would have seen things time and again. Okay, then if you're someone who's just about to start, so I would say it's better that you go through the mentorships rather than doing your own self study, because since the syllabus is new, uncertainty is there. Every module is of around 600 pages. So you have to be practical in terms of what particular part of the book can you study, right? So that is what I would suggest you. So what you can do is, if you're preparing for this examination and looking forward towards the mentorship, we already have been having multiple batches of this area in terms of our preparation. That is, in the JIB batches have been started, and right now many batches have been going on. So if I talk about the latest batch that has started was the selection batch. In this area, I would say that it is better that you join it as early as possible, so that you do not miss upon the most important areas of your examination, because you don't have the time to process, you don't have the time to think right now. All you need to do is you need to take up a particular course, then start with it right away. You can go to our website, that is www.adda247.com. You can go on to the area of JIB and CIB and take up JIB or CIB, the JIB CIB Kamaha pack, or you can also take up the JIB Kamaha pack. At this point of time, double validity is going on. If you would have seen from the banking point of view, you have to always look forward towards economic purchase now. At this point of time, you are having 6 plus 6 months validity available. That means if you buy it for 6 months, the another 6 months it's available for you. There are 239 videos. There are ebooks that would be available for you. 600 hours of live classes would be there for you. Along with this, there is live batches are going on. In this Mahapak, you'll not only get the English medium but also the topics related to the bilingual batch as well. So that means everything is open. Numerical, revision batches, crash courses, then MCQ test would be there. 30 plus full length tests are available. Ebooks would be available for you. Then at the same time, all these topics are available, but then along with this you'll also get the ebooks, numerical batches, case studies, in-depth analysis of all these subjects. So what is the price of this? If you're looking forward to it, what you can do is you can use the code Y 541 and you have to just apply it and you'll get that 6499.80. That means currently 81% discount is going on plus double validity. So perfect time to purchase it, because in this case, look at this, the price is hardly, I think, 600 something at this point of time. And along with this, if you have the app, then you can get up to 81% of discount. So hurry up and check it out. To know more about the app, if you haven't got the app yet, then it is there in the description. So go on to the description area and download the app from the link given in this particular description and use it for purchasing this particular course. This is only for JAIB, right? That otherwise, if you're preparing and you're looking forward to the JIB as well as CIB with us, then what you can do is you can prepare through JIB and CIB Kamaha pack. This particular course will have validity of 24 months. That means it is there for 2 years. This will have all the CIB electives. That means once you'll be done with JIB, then you don't have to wait, you don't have to think. You can just directly proceed with your CIB examination and you can check whatever elective you will be looking forward to. Rural banking, HRM, IT, digital banking, risk management, and even central banking. Everything is covered in this era. All you need to do is you can take up these courses and you can purchase it at 81% discount right now with double validity by using the code Y541. Apply it and you'll get it at 10,799.20. Again, for 2 years you are getting it and at a price of 10,799.20. So an effective pricing. So kindly go ahead and don't forget to check it out, the offer as well as, and